Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be going over the championship challenge guide and giving you the best tips and tricks to get 15-0. Make sure to check down below for the best star powers and gadgets as usual. And we literally just had some balance changes or some little maintenance break kind of for a few little balance changes here, but we're going to take a look at them anyway. So essentially the big one is Brawler ammo after respawning increased from no shot to one shot. And then obviously the super from the tanks, they obviously just buffed. Supercharging rate decreased from 30% to 20%. That's quite a big, it's quite a big nerf, but they should still be pretty good. We're not 100% sure like how good they're going to be, but I will be speaking about that later on in the video. But yeah, I'd imagine they'd still be pretty good. If they're not, I mean, it'd be pretty easy to find out anyway. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Also, a Byron change as well. Literally going to change nothing pretty much. Main ones are these tank ones here. It's not going to change too much, but I would imagine Primo's still going to be very good and just not as good. And the other tanks will also suffer as well. So yeah, make sure you subscribe before we get into it. Make sure you're using code TOM in the shop because look at this. It looks so cool. I don't know why. Let's jump into it. Okay, so the first map is, of course, going to be double swoosh here. So yeah, some balance changes essentially just dropped. So I recorded this footage before, but I'm recording this after the balance changes. So I'll give you the updated comps. Shouldn't change too much. I still feel like Primo's going to be super strong. But the best comp on this map, nothing's going to change. It's going to be Tara, Jean, and Amber. The reason, like, Tara is just so good on this map. So yeah, that's why you don't tend to see too many tanks here. Also, M's are very good here as well. So if you want a free-to-play comp, you can go like Poco. Poco double tank with Rosa Primo could be really good. Again, if you don't want to use Poco double tank, M's really good here on the left or on the right. And if you want a mid that's not pay to win, or you just don't have Jean, then you can go with Stu mid. Stu's pretty good. So yeah, honestly, you could probably just go like a Rosa on the right, or even Rosa on the left, and just M's the other side. Potentially even Pam on the lane as well. Could be pretty solid. But yeah, all the best gadgets and star powers will be down below. But those are the best comps for this map. Definitely use Tara if you have her, and Jean very, very strong as well. Also Amber or M's, honestly. I feel like Amber's a little bit better just for breaking up the grass. But yeah, those comps are going to be the best for this map. Okay, so the next map is going to be some assembly required. So obviously Primo, it would be very good here. So basically there's a change. Instead of getting 30% of your super, you're now going to get 20% of it for taking damage. That's what the change was. And Rico is really good against Primo. So Rico with speed here, Primo and Stu. This is also a free-to-play comp as well. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think too much changes about this comp, if anything. Like, I don't know if Primo would be super OP still, but I imagine he's still going to be pretty good on this map, especially if people playing tanks. But with that being said, if you see a lot of people playing Primo here, you can counter him pretty easily, I would say, because Stu and Rico do counter him pretty well. Also, you could go with like a Jean if you want to go something a bit safer, because I don't know 100% sure if Primo's going to be good here. But something that will definitely be pretty solid will be a Stu, Barley, Jean. That's going to be good on defense. Good collecting bolts, and also good on offense with that Barley pick. So definitely see that comp being good whatever. But you guys will obviously know whether Primo is still OP or not, because obviously the balance change just came out. I can't even play the game yet, so I have no idea. But I assume, especially on the maps that he was already good at, like this one, I'm showing you right here, some of the semi required, I'm sure Primo will still be very, very viable here. You could potentially go Rico speed, B, and Primo with the meteor gadget to break up the map as well, because we used to go a comp like that anyway before Primo got this huge buff. So I definitely think that can work as well. So in summary, if Primo's still good, use him on this map. I imagine he'll still be very, very strong on this map. So yeah, shouldn't change too much with these changes, but will definitely be interesting to see. Anyway, those are going to be the comps on this map. Okay, so jumping into the next map, it's going to be Hot Zone then. On split. So this one, Rico is a really good lane on the right. Surge is a good like mid. And then I had Primo here, but I don't know 100% because Primo wasn't amazing here. So like I'm not 100% sure. But honestly, if you want to go a free-to-play comp, obviously the one I mentioned was pretty free-to-play anyway. But another comp you could definitely go would be Poco, Frank, and I believe Primo. That'd be super good on this map. So you go Poco and Frank on this right hand side, and then Primo on the left. Like, I think that would be pretty much every single comp. So yeah, just imagining the matchups now, I think when I didn't think about it while I was making this, I really think Poco double tank with Primo and Frank is going to be super good on this map because it was good anyway, let alone with these tank buffs. So yeah, definitely should be pretty solid. Anyway, if you don't want to go with a tank comp, you can definitely go, I would say keep the Rico, keep the Surge, either go just like a Ruffs or a Stew on this left-hand side. Potentially you could go a break comp as well. That'd be like a Colt, and then maybe like a Stew, something like that could work as well. So all those comps can be very, very solid depending on what playstyle you want to play. And yeah, just make sure you really want to make sure you put 2 people on that right lane so you hold it. Normally the Rico and then that surging kind of mid. Make sure you hold that right lane, and then when you can, push through the left and get that left lane. Okay, so jumping in to the next map, it's going to be Heist on Hot Potato. So this one, because this was a pretty tank heavy map, especially with tanks being so good, they've always been pretty solid in Heist. So yeah, so I've gone with a two tank counters, essentially Colette in the middle, and then Rico on the right hand side here with a Primo, because Primo is obviously very OP, and obviously it was recorded like before the changes. Colette's Gadget's actually much easier to use now, by the way. But yeah, definitely make sure Colette's in mid, getting those tubes onto the safe. So Primo, I don't know 100% about Primo. If you're unsure about going Primo, I don't know if it'll be OP for sure. Still, but I will let you know in the comments when I find out. I'm pretty sure you can just, like, if you don't want to go Primo, just go Ruffs. Ruffs should be pretty good. You already have those 2 tank counters with Rico and Colette. Colette's going to be doing like the most of the damage, so you just give that upgrade to Colette and you should be good. So yeah, those changes I think are going to work pretty well. So yeah, if you don't want to go Primo, just go Ruffs and you should be fine. Okay, so jumping into the bounty set then. So this one is going to be on Canal Grande. Obviously you can see I've gone with a Poco double tank because Bull was already good here, and like Primo is so good, especially when you compare with a tank like on a map like this. And I don't know, I don't see what this comp would lose to, honestly. Like, if you're playing it good, I really don't know what this comp loses to. Everyone here plays Sprout, plays Tick, they play throwers, and this comp's just gonna walk through all of that. So even with the nerfs, this comp is gonna be super OP. But then, like, if you don't like playing these kind of comps, I guess you can go like a Stew, a Belle, and a Ruffs or a Jean, something like that would be pretty safe if you're not comfortable going with tanks. But again, like a tank comp is probably gonna run through you. I can't really think of too many comps which are gonna beat tanks, honestly, unless you just want to go like Shelly, Tara, Ems, and just, I don't know, just hope the enemies have tanks. I would honestly go this tank comp. But to be fair, you could still go like a Stew, Belle. Stew and Belle. Belle obviously got kind of buffed, and Stew got a tiny enough. You don't knock people back yet or anymore, but yeah, it's not a huge change. So you could go with that with like a Jean or a Ruffs, and that'd be pretty safe as well. But yeah, definitely I love this comp. Like, this comp is gonna be able to carry you. It's so fun to use. You're constantly getting supers with Bull and Primo. Poco's healing you, and you're pretty good. Honestly, I would make sure you go all at the same side at the start. You want to make sure you get value from that Poco heal. And ideally, you'd be... So basically, like, ideally, the enemies would split up, kind of having 2 people on your side as you push. Like, so it's 3v2 on your side. You'd just be able to walk through them easily. And the worst, like, the best way the enemies would set up against tanks would be if they had 3 on the other side, while you had 3 on your side. That way, they're going to be able to outrange you. But yeah, you don't really want to split up with tanks. I mean, potentially you could actually, as long as the Poco goes with 1 tank, you could put Bull the other lane, say. But if they have 3 against that 1, you need to make sure that you obviously, like, you push straight over to that side and help that person out that's getting 1v3'd. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the last map here. I definitely recommend a Poco double tank. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.